Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Orange County Legislature's meeting dated Thursday, October 3rd, 2024. At this point, I'd like to call the meeting to order, and for those of you joining us, as well as the people here in the well, I would ask that you silence your cell phones and any electronic devices you may have. And please stand and join me in a moment of silence and a pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation, indivisible, liberty and justice. At this time, the clerk will call the roll.
Fagione?
Here.
Paduk? Amo? Anagnestakis? Benton? Cheney?
Here.
Ellers? Feller? Hines?
Here.
Lujan? Menuda? O'Donnell? Ramos? Riskevich? Sassy? Sierra? Stiganga? Sutherland? Tautel? Tui? Benelli? 19 present, 2 absent.
Thank you. At this time, we do have a recognition. It is October, and this is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. At this point, I'd like to ask Legislator Sutherland as well as Legislator Teutel to join me at the podium as we welcome Rosemary Schwartzberg from Fearless Hudson Valley, Inc. Okay, good afternoon. Here, Janet, you want to take this? Okay, every year we're very, very fortunate that we partner with Hudson Valley, well, Fearless Hudson Valley, to talk about domestic violence, which unfortunately does plague our society. So just a quick little bit of history before we present the proclamation to Rosemary here today. This group started back in 1986, and for those of us that have been around, you will remember it as Orange County Safe Homes Project. Well, that was a little project that started at someone's kitchen table, and it has grown exponentially today, expanded, and increasing bold and empowered agency that advocates for change while supporting survivors. They are not only a private not-for-profit agency in Orange and Sullivan counties, they're dedicated to assisting survivors of domestic violence, teen dating violence, human trafficking, by providing free and confidential services. So at this point, the chair of the Human Services Committee, Janet Sutherland is with us this afternoon. So Janet, did you want to say a few words?
I just wanted to thank you for everything that you and your organization do. I know that you have an incredible team of people over there. One of the things that I love so much about your program is what you do with the schools. Often, many times in my almost 10 years at BOCES, you guys have come over and you've given a really compelling program to our young men and women. And it's important not just for the women to feel empowered and to know that they can turn to you, they can turn to others in the event that they're being abused or in an unhealthy relationship, but it also empowers the young men to be able to step forward and to stop it, you know, when they see it happening. So thank you so much for everything you do.
Thanks, Janet. And we also have Legislator Tautel, who would like to say a few words as well. Lori?
So thank you for everything that your organization does. And as Legislator said, you are also breaking the cycle the training that you give and the help that you give to the children of domestic violence survivors is invaluable, and it teaches them a lesson that you can move forward, you can be different, and you can make the world a better place. And that's what your organization does. You make the world a better place for those children and those survivors, and the children of the survivors too. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you for all you guys do.
Rosemary, did you want to say a few words?
I just want to thank the legislator and everyone in Orange County. We are very supported here, and we appreciate the support tremendously. And if anyone is on everyone's sheets are all of our October clothesline projects, and it kicks off right here tomorrow at the Government Center. So we invite everyone to walk the line, and then the press conference is at noon tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Good public service announcement, thank you. And I would be remiss, we're fortunate to have with us this afternoon County Executive Steve Newhouse. Not to put you on the spot, buddy, but you want to join us up here? I think you're used to being put on the spot.
Great to see you, Chairwoman, and of course, our friends from Fearless and the legislature. I want to say two quick things. Number one is we hear all these reports that crime has gone down. It hasn't. Fearless's job has gotten worse, and New York State is responsible for it. And the legislature, I'm looking at Minority Leader Mike Paduch and some of you guys that have been around the block a while. Mike Amo, you remember this. The state of New York stopped funding this organization, and we had to fill in the gap. Right now, one of the burdens we have that you're going to see with the budget I presented you is to find more housing for victims and survivors of domestic violence. So that's why I am so happy that the legislature has always backed me on supporting Fearless. We should hold the state people responsible, maybe next month or whenever, because they need to restore and keep funding these important projects. And they also have to hold people accountable. I spent an hour in my office today with some of our attorneys about victims of domestic violence that don't want to come forward because our criminal justice system is so watered down that they're afraid that they're going to tell their story and it's not going to be able to be prosecuted in time because of these tight restrictions. That's a real problem, especially when it becomes your daughter, your sister, your niece, your grandchild. The state can do better. The legislature has done better, and we're going to continue to support you and work together whatever we can to help you. So I'm proud to stand here with you. It's not a happy type of thing, but we do stand rock solid in Orange County with backing Fearless. So thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you,
And why don't you stay for a photo? And at this point, let's present her with the proclamation.
You have a nicer signature than I. Maybe I should have went in dentistry like my dad. Carrie, you're in.
Ready for a picture?
Thanks, Carrie. Finance.
No enter her time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Good to see you.
And again, Rosemary, thank you so much on behalf of the entire Orange County Legislature.
So appreciate it.
Take care. All right, so I'd like to recognize at this time Majority Leader Fagione.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The legislature would like to recognize the following for the month of October: National Book Month, Mental Health Awareness Month, Bullying Prevention Month, Children's Health Day, which is October 7th, Fire Prevention Week, which is next week, October 6th through the 12th. World Food Day, October 16th. National School Bus Safety Week, October 21st through the 25th. National First Responders Day, October 28th. And Red Ribbon Week, October 23rd through the 31st. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. We do have one individual signed up for public participation, Ann Sullivan from Ellenville. I would ask that you please turn on that mic. When you see the little red circle around the top, just push the button there. There you go. You're good to go.
Thank you so much. And thank you for letting me speak. I really appreciate it. I'm actually speaking on, I think it's number 2 on your agenda. You're spending money on public transit, which I want to applaud this legislature for doing it. That is fantastic. And for making buses free in Middletown and Newburgh from now to the end of the year. That is wonderful. But I'm also going to add one more to the list that we just read. This is actually National Week Without Driving. I know, it's like, oh my gosh, how do I go a week without driving? It is tough. But when we think about people around us, and even us, I've got a few more years left before I get there, who can't drive for whatever reason. They have a disability, they may be blind, they may be in a wheelchair, maybe they don't have the money, even working 2 jobs, to have a car. It's really tough to get around. I, for example, often go back and forth between Ellenville and Newburgh, and I can't get there. So I have a challenge. I would love it if any of you or all of you tried a day without driving, maybe just a trip without driving. But if, like me, you're going through it in your mind going, I can't do that, I have a challenge, a fun little challenge for you today. Take out your cell phones, take out Google Maps or Apple Maps, and just see if by public transportation or walking and bicycling, for those of you who live close enough, could you get home from this meeting tonight? Could you go on Orange County bus? And is there a bus that would get you home to wherever you are or wherever you're going next? I came from a doctor's appointment in Cornwall, and that was at 2:30. Not only could I not take a bus to get here on time, I would have had to have left at 11:21 this morning in order to get here by 2:30 this afternoon. As you can imagine, we all have busy lives, right? We have to get to work, we have to visit our kids. It's very, very hard to do. So I'm hoping that you will take this easy challenge in honor of Week Without Driving. I think I might have 1 more minute on my clock. Will you take out your phones and just pull out your whatever map program you use and see if you could get from here to home tonight, if there is even a bus or a way to do it, or if there is, how long would it take you? Thank you so much.
Thank you. We appreciate you joining us. All right, so let's get started with our agenda. This is a communication from the county executive relative to the 2024 property tax equalization rates. And then 1A is received and filed. It's a local law, which moves us to number 1.
Madam Chair, if I may?
Yes. Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot.
That's okay. Madam Chair, if I may, I'd move to approve the minutes of August 1st, 8th, 15th, and September 5th, 2024.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, the motion is carried. And thank you for reminding me. Okay. So as I said, number 1.
Legislators Fagione and Cheney, Local Law Introductory Number 3 of 2024. A local law reestablishing the boundaries and reapportioning the population of the 21 legislative districts of Orange County as originally created by Local Law Number 7 of the year 1968 and amended from time to time via a new plan of reapportionment in accordance with the 2020 decennial census, Section 2.08 of the Orange County Charter and Section 2-19 of the Orange County Administrative Code.
Second.
Questions or comments? Legislator Hines.
Thank you. I hope you all vote no to this. I know I will. This is an epic fail by the legislature. You've all heard me talk about this in committee. We promised the public 3 maps. We have 1. You heard me also in committee, and I'll say it again today for anybody who didn't hear it, that a 4-year-old with a crayon could have done better, or a drunk with a dartboard could have done better. And I stand by that because the experts had phenomenal technology and we didn't use it. The first time we saw that technology was in a Rules Committee meeting. So the people who were on the committee to set this all up never got to see that phenomenal technology that the experts had. And then by the time we were able to use that technology, we were told we had to sit in silos and come up with a better plan. I was put in the wrong silo, so I couldn't fix my district, and I didn't get a say as to what silo I should have been in. I don't know who decided that, but I don't think it was this legislature that decided. So I think we had some non-legislators voting on this issue, which is also wrong. Again, the technology was great. The process was horrible. We could have done so much better for the citizens of Orange County. We let them down. And I don't think anybody could sit here and say they're proud of these maps. Because what happens is we were told at that Rules Committee meeting that we couldn't make any changes, no changes to the map unless they were legally articulated, right? And then all of a sudden we got into the silos and it became, wow, now it's time to gerrymander like crazy and everybody can do whatever they want as long as they can make deals with the people in their silos. That's what happened. So we should get sued because this whole process was improper. I'm no lawyer, but I'll tell you, in my opinion, it's illegal. I can give many examples of why it was gerrymandered. And I hope everybody votes against this because it actually was a horrible process.
Anyone else? Legislator Amo.
As a member of the committee that did it, I would take the other side of the story. I know we were really clear what gerrymandering was. We listened to the consultants describe it for us. We made, to the best of my knowledge, made sure that gerrymandering was never the issue. Easy kind of thing to indict, to use to indict the process. But I think it was something we tried to do. I'm not saying it's perfect. At the same time, I hope we don't make perfect the enemy of the good. It is a workable thing, and it may not. All due respect to Mr. Heinz, he may not have got what he wanted it, and he's right. I'm not disagreeing with his points, but we all tried, and I thank the chairwoman for doing that. I think we tried to make it work. So I hope we all vote yes, contrary to what Mr. Heinz said. Thank you.
Any other comments at this time? Okay, roll call, please.
Fagione?
Yes.
Paduk?
No.
Amo?
Yes.
Benton? Cheney? Ellers? Feller? Hines?
No.
Lujan? Minuta? O'Donnell? Ramos? Riskevich? Sassy? Stiganga? Sutherland? Tortel? Tui? Benelli? 17 ayes, 2 noes.
Thank you. And we move on to number 2.
Legislators Fagione and Cheney with all Republicans and Legislator Lujan as co-sponsors. Resolution authorizing the county executive in conjunction with the Orange County Department of Planning to appropriate funds from a previously accepted Federal Transit Administration grant that is apportioned to Orange County via the American Rescue Plan Act pursuant to Section 99-H of the General Municipal Law and Section 4.09 of the Orange County Charter.
Second.
Questions or comments? And this is a voice vote, so all in favor?
Aye.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you. Yes. Did you want to comment on this one before we do a voice vote? Please feel free. All right,
Thank you very much. Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. Just very briefly, as I was walking into the legislature earlier today, I actually was speaking with Ann Sullivan about this particular week, and for a long time this has been something that's been very near to my heart. Transportation free in the city of Newburgh. That was something that when I first came in, that was something that was I knew that it was going to be impactful for the people that represent Individuals, 6,000 people in my city alone live under the poverty line. So any place that they can save money is a huge, huge benefit to them. And over the last couple of years, as we've done surveys and we've done research, we've noticed a lot of other things, right? How hard it is for someone from, let's say, the city of Newburgh to get to Goshen. I remember one time when we were doing the survey, there was an individual that said that to go to court to get, for jury duty, it costs them about $65, $75 for them to go from Newburgh one way to do jury duty. And so I think to myself, the challenge that was given, how would I get from Newburgh to Goshen? It would be very expensive, it would be very challenging, it would take a very long time, and that would just be to go to one meeting for an hour and 30 minutes. That is not counting going to work, that is not counting individuals in this room who might have children, who have to stop and drop off their child. To say that it is difficult for people in Orange County to get around is a complete understatement. So any funding that we put towards transportation is huge. It is the right way to be spending our money. It is definitely the way that we should be investing and supporting our residents. And I want to applaud anyone who supports this. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? And as I started to say, this is a voice vote, so all in favor? Anyone opposed? The motion is carried, and we move to number 3.
Legislators Cheney and Sutherland, with all Republicans, and Legislator Lujan as co-sponsors. Resolution authorizing the county executive in conjunction with the Orange County Department of Planning to appropriate funds from a previously accepted Federal Transit Administration grant that is apportioned to Orange County via the Coronavirus Response and Relief Supplemental Appropriations Act pursuant to Section 99-H of the General Municipal Law and Section 4.09 of the Orange County Charter.
Second.
Questions or comments? Hearing none, this is a voice vote as well, so all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? The motion is carried, and we move to number 4.
Legislators Hines and Cheney, with all Republicans and all Democrats as co-sponsors. Resolution of the Orange County Legislature giving notice of intent to assume lead agency status under State Environmental Quality Review Act (SECRA) with respect to the Scunnamunk Rail Trail construction project and making a preliminary determination that this project be classified as a Type 1 action.
Second.
Questions or comments? This too is a voice vote, so all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? The motion is carried. 5A is received and filed. Number 5.
Legislators Fagione, Sutherland, Hines, DeGanga, Ellers, Sassy, and Ramos, with all Republicans and all Democrats as co-sponsors. Local Law Introductory Number 4 of 2024, a local law to amend and extend the expiration date of Local Law Number 1 of 2020 regarding the establishment of a demonstration program imposing owner liability for failure of an operator to stop for a school bus displaying a red visual signal and stop arm.
Second.
Questions or comments? Seeing none, we'll do a roll call, please.
Fagione?
Yes.
Paduk?
Yes.
Amo, Benton, Cheney, Ellers, Feller, Hines, Lujan, Menuda, O'Donnell, Ramos, Riskevich, Sassy, Stiganga, Sutherland, Tortel, Tui, Benelli. 19 ayes.
And we move to number 6.
Legislators Hines, Stiganga, Ellers, Sassy, and Ramos, with all Republicans and all Democrats as co-sponsors. Resolution authorizing the county executive, in conjunction with the Orange County Department of Emergency Services, Police Services, to accept and appropriate grant funds from the State of New York Governor's Traffic Safety Committee for the 2025 Traffic Safety Program pursuant to Section 4.09 of the Orange County Charter.
Second.
Questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? The motion is carried. Number 7, please.
Legislators Sassy and Stiganga, with all Republicans and all Democrats as co-sponsors. Resolution authorizing the county executive, in conjunction with the Orange County Department of Probation, to accept and appropriate funds from the New York State Division of Criminal Justice Services for pretrial services funding pursuant to Section 4.09 of the Orange County Charter.
Second.
Questions or comments? This too is a voice vote, so all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion is carried, and we move to number 8, which will also be a voice vote.
Legislators Tortel and Tui, with all Republicans and all Democrats as co-sponsors. Resolution authorizing the county executive in conjunction with the Orange County Department of Public Works, Environmental Facilities and Services to authorize the filing of an application for state assistance from the Municipal Waste Reduction and Recycling Program for recycling coordination, education, planning, and promotion projects, and the signing of the Associated State Master Grant contract under the appropriate laws of New York State.
Second.
Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion is carried, and we move to number 9.
Legislators Menuda and Tui, with all Republicans and all Democrats as co-sponsors. Resolution authorizing the Orange County Commissioner of Public Works to contract with certain towns and villages for snow and ice control on certain county roads pursuant to Section 135-A of our highway law.
Second.
Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries, and we move to number 10.
Legislators Menuda and Benton, with all Republicans and all Democrats as co-sponsors. Resolution authorizing the Orange County Executive on behalf of the Orange County Department of Public Works to enter into an intermunicipal agreement with the County of Sullivan for the rehabilitation of Bridge Bin 3345070 Bloomingburg Bridge.
Second.
Questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion is carried, and we move to number 11, which will also be a voice vote.
Legislators Paduk and Cheney, with all Republicans and all Democrats as co-sponsors. Resolution authorizing the implementation and funding of 100% of the cost of a transportation project, of which qualified costs may be reimbursed from Bridge New York funds.
Second.
Questions, comments? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? The motion is carried. And number 12 will also be a voice vote.
Legislators Tortel and Feller, with all Republicans and all Democrats as co-sponsors. Resolution authorizing the implementation and funding of 100% of the cost of a transportation project, of which qualified costs may be reimbursed from Bridge New York funds.
Second.
Any questions or comments? Just so you know that they look like very similar, 11 and 12, but they are two different bridges. One is the Bloomingburg Bridge, as well as the second one, which is the one we're talking about right now, is the Dunderberg Bridge and culvert replacement in the village of Woodbury. Okay. Hearing no questions or comments, all in favor? Anyone opposed? Motion is carried. 13, please.
Legislators Tortel, Benton, O'Donnell, Riskevich, with all Republicans and all Democrats as co-sponsors. Bond resolution dated October 3rd, 2024. Bond resolution of the County of Orange, New York, authorizing the preparation of surveys, preliminary and detailed plans, specifications, and estimates necessary for the replacement of the Dunderberg Road culvert in the town and village of Woodbury, stating the estimated maximum cost thereof is $2,232,875, appropriating said amount therefore, including $1,500,000 in state funds expected to be received, and authorizing the issuance of $732,875 bonds of the county to pay the balance of the cost thereof.
Second.
Okay, just a little reminder, this, since it is bonding, this would necessitate a 2/3 vote. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Fagion?
Yes.
Paduk?
Yes.
Amo? Benton? Cheney? Ellers? Feller? Hines? Lujan? Menuda? O'Donnell? Ramos? Riskevich? Sassy? Stiganga? Sutherland? Tortel? Tui? Benelli. 19 ayes.
Okay, and we move to number 14, which will be a voice vote.
Legislators Tui and Paduk, with all Republicans and all Democrats as co-sponsors. Resolution authorizing the Orange County Executive on behalf of the Orange County Department of Public Works to enter into an intermunicipal agreement with the County of Sullivan for the demolition of Bridge Bin 3345090 Hubbard Bridge.
Second.
Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? The motion is carried, and we move to number 15, which will be necessitate a 2/3 vote.
Legislators Paduk, Tui, Benton, Fagione, O'Donnell, with all Republicans and all Democrats as co-sponsors. Bond resolution dated October 3rd, 2024. Bond resolution of the County of Orange, New York, authorizing the removal of Hubbard Road Bridge located in the town of Walk Hill and the town of Mamakating, stating the estimated maximum cost thereof is $300,000, appropriating said amount therefore, including $150,000 in funds expected to be received from Sullivan County, and authorizing the issuance of $150,000 bonds of the county to pay the balance of cost thereof.
Second.
Questions or comments? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Fagione? Yes. Paduk?
Yes.
Amo, Benton, Cheney, Ellers, Feller, Hines, Lujan, Menuda, O'Donnell, Ramos, Riskevich, Sassy, Stiganga, Sutherland, Tortel, Tui, Benelli. 19 ayes.
Okay, we move to number 16. This will also necessitate a two-thirds vote.
Legislators Tortel, Benton, Cheney, and Fagione, with all Republicans and all Democrats as co-sponsors. Bond resolution dated October 3rd, 2024. Bond resolution of the County of Orange, New York, authorizing the replacement of the Highland Mills Bridge in the town and village of Woodbury, stating the estimated cost thereof is $267,000, appropriating said amount therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $267,000 bonds of the county to finance said appropriation.
Second.
Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Fagione?
Yes.
Paduk?
Yes.
Amo, Benton, Cheney, Ellers, Feller, Hines, Lujan, Menuda, O'Donnell, Ramos, Riskevich, Sassy, Stiganga, Sutherland, Tortel, Tui, Benelli. 19 ayes.
Number 17.
Legislators Tortel, Benton, Cheney, and Riskevich, with all Republicans and all Democrats as co-sponsors. Bond resolution dated October 3rd, 2024. Bond resolution of the County of Orange, New York, authorizing the preparation of surveys, preliminary and detailed plans, specifications and estimates necessary for the replacement of the county-owned Elm Street Bridge in the town and village of Warwick, stating the estimated maximum cost thereof is $100,125, appropriating said amount therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $100,125 bonds of the county to pay the cost thereof.
Second.
Questions and comments? This is, yes, Legislator Menuda.
Thank you for recognizing me. Just a quick comment. Items number 8 through 17, all improvement projects. I want to thank the DPW and their hard work and what they do for our county and the improvement of our roads and bridges to make safe transportation. Even during this election year, we can't even get our state roads corrected. So I really wish the state would take a look at what Orange County's done for their roads and use us as an example. Thank you.
Thank you, Legislator Menuda. This is a bond resolution, so it will necessitate a two-thirds vote. Any other further questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Fagione?
Yes.
Paduk?
Yes.
Amo, Benton, Cheney, Ellers, Feller, Hines, Lujan, Menuda, O'Donnell, Ramos, Riskevich, Sassy, Stiganga, Sutherland, Tortel, Tui, Benelli. 19 ayes.
That brings us to number 18.
Legislators Fagione and Cheney, with all Democrats as co-sponsors. Resolution providing for a public hearing on the proposed Orange County budget for the fiscal year 2025, social services district purposes, and upon the assessment rolls for Orange County Sewer District Number 1, Orange County Small Watershed Protection District Number 1 for Cromline Creek and Beaver Dam Lake District for such fiscal year pursuant to Sections 271 and 359 of the county law and Section 4.06 of the Orange County Charter.
Second.
Questions or comments? Can't believe it's budget time already. All in favor? Anyone opposed? Motion is carried, and we move to number 19.
Legislators Tortel and Sutherland, with all Republicans as co-sponsors. Resolution appointing Lacey Trimble, LCWS, to the Board of Health of Orange County Health District pursuant to Sections 343 and 344 of the Public Health Law and Section 7.04 of the Orange County Administrative Code.
Second.
Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Fagione?
Yes.
Paduk? Amo? Benton? Cheney? Ellers? Feller? Hines? Lujan, Menuda, O'Donnell, Ramos, Riskevich, Sassy, Stiganga, Sutherland, Tortel, Tui, Benelli. 19 ayes.
I believe Ms. Trumbull will be a true asset to the Board of Health for the Health District. So I welcome her on board and thank her for her service. And we move to number 20.
Legislators Tortel and Ramos, with all Republicans and all Democrats as co-sponsors. Resolution authorizing the county executive, in conjunction with the Orange County Department of Health, to appropriate fifth-year period budget funds from the New York State Department of Health for the Children and Youth with Special Health Care Needs Program pursuant to Section 4.09 of the Orange County Charter.
Second.
Questions or comments? This is a voice vote, so all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? The motion is carried, and we move to number 21.
Legislators Tortel and Ramos, with all Republicans and all Democrats as co-sponsors. Resolution authorizing the county executive, in conjunction with the Orange County Department of Health, to accept and appropriate fourth-year funds from the New York State Department of Health for the Childhood-Led Primary Prevention Program pursuant to Section 4.09 of the Orange County Charter.
Second.
Questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? The motion is carried. And we move to number 22, which will also be a voice vote.
Legislators Tortel and Ramos, with all Republicans and all Democrats as co-sponsors. Resolution authorizing the county executive, in conjunction with the Orange County Department of Health, to appropriate fourth-year budget period funds from the New York State Department of Health for the Early Intervention Administration Program pursuant to Section 4.09 of the Orange County Charter.
Second.
Questions, comments? There's two voice votes, so all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion is carried, and we move to number 23.
Legislators Sutherland and Tortel, with all Republicans and all Democrats as co-sponsors. Resolution making a supplemental appropriation to the 2024 Orange County budget for the Orange County Department of Health for the preschool special education program pursuant to Section 4.09 of the Orange County Charter.
Second.
Questions, comments? This is a voice vote, so all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? The motion is carried. Number 24, please.
Legislators Ramos and Tortel, with all Republicans and all Democrats as co-sponsors. Resolution making a supplemental appropriation to the 2024 Orange County budget for the Orange County Department of Health for the Early Intervention Program pursuant to Section 4.09 of the Orange County Charter.
Second.
Questions, comments?
Madam Chair.
Legislator Tui.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring to everyone's attention that, that this $1.8 million is, it's an account that they keep, and that the state, that the providers, is 14 early childhood, providers that we use, and that the state mandates that we have an account set up where they can go, the state can go back up to 3 years, and a provider can change their amount they charged 3 years later. And this is the funds that they come and get. I think that anybody that I know that's in business anywhere would be, love to have that, where they could rebill something 3 years later and get more money out of it. I know it's an unfunded mandate, and there's nothing we can do for it, so unfortunately, I will be voting yes on it today, but I don't know how that ever came about, where, and when I asked in talking to the early childhood prevention and the Deputy Commissioner of Health, it's just like everything else. So raise your hand and say, it's an unfunded mandate. It's an unfunded mandate. And so unfortunately, we're stuck with it. I love the work that they all do. They're all so dedicated, but I wish I could go back 3 years and raise what we all made, but we can't, and nobody can except this program. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Pointing that out, we appreciate it. Legislator O'Donnell.
Thank you. Thank you, Legislator Tui, for explaining that. However, I'm a little confused with what we're voting on. Is this $240,901 from New York State? Which number are we, 22?
24.
Oh, well, that's why I got the number wrong. I was listening to Legislator Tui too intently. Thank you.
Thank you, Legislator O'Donnell.
This is an escrow account that we.
Any other further questions or comments? Okay, this is a voice vote, so all in favor? Anyone opposed? The motion is carried. We move to number 25.
Legislators Tui, Amo, Anagnestakis, Sutherland, Ellers, Tortel, Ramos, and Feller, with all Republicans and all Democrats as co-sponsors. Resolution of the Orange County Legislature designating October 2024 as Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Second.
You know, every year we do these memorialization resolutions, and we don't, we started to, I felt it was important for people to understand what we were talking about. So we put these resolutions together, but we really don't look at what the substance of it is. So we started asking my fellow legislators to read this. So Legislator Sutherland, if you would read this resolution, I'd appreciate it.
Thank you, Chairwoman. Resolution of the Orange County Legislature designating October 2024 as Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Whereas National Breast Cancer Awareness Month was founded in 1985 and was intended to increase global awareness of breast cancer issues, educate people about methods of prevention and early detection, and to raise money to support research. It has evolved into a collaboration of national public service organizations, professional medical associations, and government agencies working together to promote breast cancer awareness, share information about the disease, and provide greater access to services. And whereas an important part of raising awareness involves the importance of screening and detecting cancer in its early stages so that treatment can occur, increasing survival rates and healing while also decreasing suffering. And whereas the American Cancer Society estimates that during 2024 in the United States, 310,720 new cases of invasive breast cancer will be diagnosed in women. An estimated 2,800 men will be diagnosed with invasive breast cancer, and 55,720 women and 530 men will die from the disease. And whereas researchers, scientists, numerous nonprofit organizations, and breast cancer survivors are dedicated to discovering the cure for breast cancer. During the month of October, we acknowledge the extraordinary commitment and effort invested in this cause and support those who are working towards a cure. Whereas we recognize the breast cancer survivors among us and honor their faith and courage. According to a report by the American Cancer Society, in collaboration with the National Cancer Institute, there are an estimated 18.1 million cancer survivors alive in the United States today. And that number will grow to more than 26 million by 2024, which gives us hope of a better future for those affected by breast cancer. Therefore, be it hereby resolved that the Orange County Legislature designates October 2024 as Breast Cancer Awareness Month for Orange County and conveys these sentiments to every citizen of Orange County, that all might promote early detection and continued research into the causes and cure of breast cancer. Dated October 3rd, 2024.
Thank you, Legislator Sutherland.
And if I may,
Yes,
if I
please.
may. 4 years ago today, I had found a lump on my breast, and further testing had revealed another lump, and so that began my journey with breast cancer. It's still surreal to say that sometimes. So I know what a blessing and an absolute privilege it is to be here to read this today. And I'll keep it short and sweet. Early detection is key. Do your self-breast exams, go to the doctors every year, get your mammograms and ultrasounds, and truly know your bodies. And if you ever find yourself in a fight, be strong, be positive, and know that you're not alone. Thank you, Chairwoman.
Thank you, Legislator Sutherland. This is a voice vote, so does anyone else want to speak? All in favor? Anyone opposed? The motion is carried, and we move to number 26.
Legislators Tui, Amo, Anagnestakis, Sutherland, Ellers, Tortel, Ramos, Feller, and all Republicans and all Democrats as co-sponsors. Resolution of the Orange County Legislature designating October 2024 as Domestic Violence Awareness Month.
Second.
This time, I would like to ask Legislator Tortel. This is a pretty lengthy resolution that we do every year. You saw the proclamation that we gave to Rosemary Schwartzberg from Fearless. But we do have a resolution, and I will turn the mic over to Legislator Tortel so she can read this particular resolution.
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. Resolution of the Orange County Legislature designating October 2024 as Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Whereas domestic violence is a serious crime that affects victims of all races, religion, ages, education, and income levels. And whereas the crime of domestic violence destroys an individual's privacy, dignity, security, and humanity due to the systematic use of physical, emotional, sexual, psychological, and economic control or abuse. And whereas in 2023, Fearless, Hudson Valley, Inc., formerly known as Safe Homes of Orange County, answered 10,266 hotline calls, sheltered 68 adults and 62 children, provided 9,323 bed nights in its emergency shelter, served 3,732 adult clients and 3,262 children through all agency programs, provided 26,747 advocacy services and 12,889 outreach services. Fearless Advocates provided 20,090 supportive services to individual victims and survivors, creating 3,995 individualized safety plans. Fearless Community Educator provide 97 presentations, reached 1,213 adults, raising awareness about the dynamics and impacts of intimate partner violence. Fearless Youth Educators provided 195 age-appropriate workshops, reached 3,756 adolescents and teens, raising awareness on the abusive versus healthy relationships, physical and online bullying, systems of oppression and culture competency. Fearless displayed the Clothesline Project virtually and continued to raise awareness and acknowledge the deaths of women throughout our county at the hands of their intimate partners. And whereas 1 in 15 children are exposed to intimate partner violence each year, and 90% of these children are eyewitness to this violence. And children abuse is 15 times more likely to occur in families where domestic violence is present, and more than 3 million children nationwide are at risk of exposure to parental violence each year. And whereas the National Crime Survey found that domestic violence has a direct bearing on productivity, effectiveness, absenteeism, and employee turnover in the workplace, and it is estimated that 175,000 days per year are missed from paid work due to domestic violence, would cost an estimated $3 billion a year. And whereas the legislature recognizes that domestic violence is a major community health issue to our citizenry, and whereas Fearless Hudson Valley, Inc. and their Family Justice Center, providing one-stop, co-located wraparound services for victims of violence and their children, offer hope and assistance for all members of families torn by domestic violence, as well as prevention and education activities in our community. Now, therefore, be it hereby resolved that the Orange County Legislature hereby recognizes the invaluable work performed by Fearless Hudson Valley, Inc. for the prevention of domestic violence and designates October 2024 as Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Our hearts and prayers go out to the victims and their families who are affected by domestic violence.
Thank you, Legislator Tortel. And with that, anybody else have a comment? All right, all in favor? Anyone opposed? The motion is carried. And we move to our last memorialization resolution, number 27.
Legislators Tui, Amo, Anagnestakis, Sutherland, Ellers, Tortel, Ramos, Feller, with all Republicans and all Democrats as co-sponsors. Resolution of the Orange County Legislature recognizing October 15, 2024 as White Cane Awareness Day.
Second.
At this time, I'd like to recognize Legislator Peter Tui, the Chairman of Health and Mental Health, to read the following resolution.
Thank you, Chairwoman. Resolution of the Orange County Legislature recognizing October 15th, 2024 as White Cane Awareness Day. Whereas in 1921, James Biggs, a photographer from Bristol, England, became blind following an accident. He painted his walking stick white to be more visible while navigating the traffic in his community. And whereas to make the American people more fully aware of the meaning of the white cane and of the need for motorists to exercise special care for the blind person who carries it. On October 6, 1964, the United States Congress approved a resolution authorizing the President of the United States to annually issue a proclamation designating October 15th as National White Cane Awareness Day. Whereas white cane laws are on the books of every state in the United States and many other countries, providing blind persons a legal status in traffic. The white cane now universally acknowledges that the bearer is blind. New York State vehicle and traffic law provides, and quote, every driver of a vehicle approaching an intersection or crosswalk shall yield right of way to a pedestrian carrying or attempting to cross the roadway when such pedestrian is accompanied by a guide dog or using a cane which is metallic or white in color or white with a red tip. And whereas many people who reside in Orange County are blind and or visually impaired, they strive for their own independence and the opportunity to participate in public activities. We recognize their accomplishments and the significance of the white cane and federal and state laws that protect their rights. Therefore, be it hereby resolved that we, the Orange County Legislature, recognize October 15th, 2024 as White Cane Awareness Day and convey these sentiments to every citizen of Orange County so that all might acknowledge the rights of the blind and or the visually impaired and abide by the white cane safety laws dated October 3rd, 2024. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Legislator Tui. Any further questions or comments? All in favor? Anyone opposed? Motion is carried, and we move to number 28.
Legislators Tui and Ellers, with all Republicans and all Democrats as co-sponsors. Resolution authorizing the county executive in conjunction with the Orange County Veterans Service Agency to accept and appropriate grant funds from the New York State Department of Veterans Services for the Aid to Localities Funds Grant pursuant to Section 4.09 of the Orange County Charter.
Second.
Questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor? Anyone opposed? The motion is carried. Number 29, please.
Legislators Sassy, Lujan, Benton, O'Donnell, Anagnestakis, and all Democrats as co-sponsors. Bond resolution dated October 3rd, 2024. Bond resolution of the County of Orange, New York, authorizing access control upgrades at both campuses at Orange County Community College, stating the estimated total cost thereof is $630,000, appropriating said amount therefore, including $315,000 to be received from the state of New York, and authorizing the issuance of $315,000 bonds of the county to pay the balance of the cost thereof.
Second.
Questions or comments? This is a 2/3 vote since it's a bond resolution. And hearing none, we'll do roll call.
Fagione?
Yes.
Paduk?
Yes.
Amo? Benton? Cheney? Ellers? Feller? Hines? Lujan, Menuda, O'Donnell, Ramos, Riskevich, Sassy, Stiganga, Sutherland, Tortel, Tui, Benelli. 19 ayes.
We move to number 30, please.
Legislators Lujan, Fagion, Benton, and Anagnestakis, with all Democrats as co-sponsors. Bond resolution dated October 3rd, 2024. Bond resolution of the County of Orange, New York, authorizing the construction of various capital improvements, including planning thereof, to facilities at Orange County Community College, stating the estimated total cost thereof is $2,025,000, appropriating said amount therefore, including $1,012,500 to be received from the state of New York, and authorizing the issuance of $1,012,500 bonds of the county to pay the balance of the cost thereof.
Second.
Questions or comments? This is a bond resolution, and therefore it will require a 2/3 vote. And before you vote, I'd like to recognize Paul Martin from Orange County Community College, who is our partner in government here, and he's always here at these meetings when we're dealing with various resolutions pertaining to the college. So Paul, thank you, and thank you for coming once again. Any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Fagion?
Yes.
Paduk?
Yes.
Amo, Benton, Cheney, Ellers, Feller, Hines, Lujan, Menuda, O'Donnell, Ramos, Riskevich, Sassy, Stiganga, Sutherland, Tortel, Tui, Benelli. 19 ayes.
We move to number 31.
Legislators Sassy and Stiganga, with all Republicans and all Democrats as co-sponsors. Resolution making a supplemental appropriation to the 2024 Orange County budget for the Orange County Youth Bureau due to an increase in funding from the New York State Office of Children and Family Services pursuant to Section 4.09 of the Orange County Charter.
Second.
Questions or comments? Hearing none, this is a voice vote, so all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? The motion is carried. Number 32, please, which will also be a voice vote.
Legislators Sassy and Stiganga, with all Republicans and all Democrats as co-sponsors. Resolution designating Orange County Tourism as the tourism promotion agency of Orange County.
Second.
Questions or comments? All in favor? Anyone opposed? The motion is carried, and we move to number 33.
Legislators Stiganga, Lujan, and Sassy, with all Republicans as co-sponsors. An act amending the appropriate Orange County employment schedules to create senior secretary and administrative assistant at the Orange County Department of Tourism pursuant to Section 2.02L of the Orange County Charter.
Second.
Questions or comments? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Fagion?
Yes.
Paduk? Amo? Benton? Cheney? Ellers? Feller? Hines? Lujan? Menuda? O'Donnell? Ramos? Riskevich? Sassy? Stiganga? Sutherland? Tortel? Tui? Benelli. 19 ayes.
And that brings us to number 34, please.
Legislators Stiganga, Fagion, Benton, Paduk, and Tui, with all Republicans as co-sponsors. An act amending the appropriate Orange County employment schedules to create contract coordinator at the Orange County Department of Public Works pursuant to Section 2.02L of the Orange County Charter.
Second.
Questions or comments? Hearing none, I would ask the roll to be called.
Fagion?
Yes.
Paduk?
Yes.
Amo? Benton? Cheney? Ellers? Feller? Hines? Lujan? Menuda? O'Donnell? Ramos? Riskevich? Sassy? Stiganga? Sutherland? Tortel? Tui? Benelli. 19 ayes.
And then we move to number 35.
Legislators Lujan, Fagion, and Amo, with all Republicans as co-sponsors. An act amending the appropriate Orange County employment schedules to create Deputy Commissioner of Planning at the Orange County Department of Planning pursuant to Section 2.02L of the Orange County Charter.
Second.
Questions or comments? Seeing none, I would ask the roll to be called.
Fagion?
Yes.
Paduk? Amo? Benton? Cheney? Ellers? Feller? Hines? Lujan? Menuda? O'Donnell? Ramos, Riskevich, Sassy, Stiganga, Sutherland, Tortel, Tui, Benelli. 19 ayes, Madam Chair, and the desk is clear.
We do not have any speakers for after, do we? Okay. So having said that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second? All in favor? Thank you all very much, and we'll see you in a few weeks to start our budget process. Thanks so much.